Hello, this is my audience. Think back to a time in your life when you were the most creative and imaginative. Do you think of your childhood? How are you different today and why? Perhaps you were that different and creative kid in Milos Macourek's Jacob's Chicken, dismissed by their teacher and classmates for being unique. Told in second-person narration, Jacob's Chicken tells a story of a kid named Jacob, who, like so many artistic and uniquely minded individuals, is ostracized and underappreciated. Society loves to praise art, but the weight of societal norms can suppress creativity and unique ways of thinking. However, it is when Jacob's creation, the chicken, flies from the small classroom out into the world that it finds people who appreciate and admire it. The story shows the reader that sometimes it takes the courage of leaving your small world to find appreciation. I'm Rose Pino, and this is Milos Macourek's Jacob's Chicken. A chicken is a chicken. You all know how a chicken looks. Sure you do. Go ahead and draw a chicken, the teacher tells the children, and all the kids suck on crayons and then draw chickens, coloring them black or brown with black or brown crayons. But wouldn't you know it, look at Jacob. He draws a chicken with every color in the box and then borrows some from Laura. And Jacob's chicken ends up with an orange head, blue wings, and red thighs. And the teacher says, "That's some bizarre chicken. What do you say, children?" And the kids all roar in laughter while the teacher goes on saying, "That's because Jacob wasn't paying attention." And to tell the truth, Jacob's chicken really looks more like a turkey. But then not quite, for it also resembles a sparrow and also a peacock. As big as a quail and as lean as a swallow, a peculiar pullet to say the least. Jacob earns an F for it, and the chicken, instead of being hung on the wall, migrates to a pile of misfits on top of the teacher's cabinet. Poor chicken's feelings are hurt. Nothing makes it happy about being on top of the teacher's cabinet. So deciding not to be a chicken, it flies off through the open window. But a chicken is a chicken. A chicken won't fly too far, hence it ends up next door in a garden full of white cherries and powder blue currants, a splendid garden that proudly shows its cultivator's love. You see, the gardener, Professor Capone, a recognized authority and is an ornithologist who has written 7 books on birds and right now is finishing his 8th. And he puts the last touches to it when he suddenly feels weary, so he goes do some light gardening and toss a few horseshoes, which is easy and lets him muse over birds. There are tons of them, so many birds, Professor Capone says to himself, that there isn't a single bird that I have discovered. He feels down, flips a horseshoe, and dreams of a love-filled dream about a yet unknown bird when his eyes fall to the chicken, picking the baby blue currants, the rare blue currants that, damn it, he didn't grow for chicken feed. Now that would make anyone's blood boil. The professor is incensed. He is furious. He seems to zap the chicken, so in the end he catches it and flings it over the fence. The chicken flies off and voila! Professor Capone follows. He flies over the fence in pursuit of the chicken, grabs it, and carries it home. Quite an unusual chicken, that one, but nobody has seen one quite like it. An orange head, blue wings, red thighs. Professor jots it all down. Looks like a turkey, but then not quite. Reminds one of a sparrow, but also of a peacock. As big as a quail and as lean as a swallow. And after he's written it all down for his 8th book, the professor, all quivers, bestows the chicken his own name and carries it to the zoo. A chicken is a chicken. Who would fuss over a chicken, you think? But this one might as well be worth the bother, for the whole zoo is in uproar. Such rarity turns up perhaps once in 20 years, if that often. The zoo director is rubbing his hands and the employees are building a cage. The painter has his hands full and the director says that cage must sparkle and make that big bed soft, he adds. And already there appears to be a nameplate. Capone's chicken. Gallina Capone. It sounds lovely, doesn't it? And what do you say? It sounds, actually, how about it? The chicken is having the time of its life. It's moved to tears by all this care. It really can't complain. It has become the zoo's main attraction, the center of attention. The zoo has never had so many visitors, says the cashier. The crowds are going larger by the minute. Wait, look over there. There is our teacher with the whole class in front of the cage explaining, "A while ago you saw the Kowalski horse, and there you have another unique specimen, the so-called Capone's chicken, or Gallina Capone, that looks somewhat like a turkey, but not quite. Resembles a sparrow, but also a peacock. As big as a quail, as lean as a swallow. Why, look at that gorgeous orange head, the blue wings, the scarlet thighs." The children are agog. They sigh. "What a beautiful chicken. Ain't that right, teacher?" But Laura, as if struck by lightning, pulls the teacher's sleeve and says, "That's Jacob Chicken, I bet you it is." The teacher irked. This silly child's ridiculous notions. What Jacob's Chicken is she prattling about? And come to think of it, where is Jacob anyhow? Again, he is not paying attention. Now, wouldn't you know, there he is, look at him. There he is in front of an anteater's cage, watching an anteater when he's supposed to be watching a Capone's chicken. "Jacob!" the teacher yelled at the top of her lungs in a high-pitched voice. "Next time you'll stay home, Jacob. I've had enough of this aggravation," which shouldn't surprise anyone, for something like that would make anyone's blood boil. Thank you.